Start. Time. 3:03. Not bad.
Nice.
Not bad. We beat the game. Brought to you by the Anti-Art Corporation.
Oh my lord.
It's not Treasure Hunter. He's not a treasure hunter.
Oh my gosh. So before we go any further, I just want to thank Adventure Pal supporter, cool bud, Trough of Luxury. They were kind enough when we reached out to them to translate both the Not Treasure Hunter entry in the Japanese Kusoge Wiki and a Japanese fan site about Not Treasure Hunter.
So, okay, here's my save file. I've unlocked 19 of the endings out of 50. I'm not gonna see them all. That's bullshit. We're gonna see a couple of them tonight, and I'll guide you through them. Let's go ahead and get started. So in the 1920s, a guy named James Arkwright is here at his mansion in London, England. He is a famed explorer. He's not a treasure hunter. He distinguishes himself from other treasure hunters who are just in it for profit. He just wants to explore ruins
and unlock mysteries
and learn more
secrets,
about ancient peoples and stuff. Actually, not a bad environment for the PS1 here, though the frame rate is pretty low. This is probably the most impressive part of the game. Also, the music in this game rules.
This music is ridiculous. Okay, there you go.
私はジェームズ・アークライト。古代文明に興味を持ち、その謎を解くために様々な遺跡を旅している。世の中には遺跡や古い墓を漁っては貴重な古代の宝を持ち帰り、それで金儲けをしている者がいる。そんな学術的な価値を無視するトレジャーハンターが見られるが、私の目的は純粋に古代の神秘の探求にある。
Going in. I'm doing this. Okay, first of all, what I want to do tonight is to start up a timer. See how quickly we can beat this game.
Okay, alright, let's
Maybe set
go.
a speedrun world record here.
Okay.
If all goes well. Alex, I'll tell you when to start. It'll be in just a few seconds. Start. Time. 3:03, not bad,
Nice.
not bad. We beat the game.
All right.
James Arkwright decided this whole exploration thing's for the birds, so he's just gonna leave. Some heroic music plays for some reason. Oh, man. It was the Lizard Man all along. And that counts as one of the game's 50 endings.
Wonderful.
49 to go. The worst part is it has to reload everything now, so I'm going to keep this sort of nonsense to a minimum. What a guy.
What a guy.
What a not treasure hunter he is. I admire him.
He's got the full suit and tie, and in fact, according to the wiki, it says, it mentions the title, and the strange title comes from the idea that the hero is not taking treasures from ruins to make his living, and instead seeks to understand the mysteries and yada yada.
Yeah, he's real cool. You should like him.
In other words, the hero's creed prevents him from selling treasure for money, and the grammar, though, not treasure hunter, whatever. But,
Yeah.
you know...
Also, look at the way he runs.
Oh my god. And he's walking into an unexplored ruin in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
You can't help think he's making fun of archaeology here.
Little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones, whatever. I'm better than that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we go into the first cave, hit this area here. And that's your first mistake. If you do that, you lock yourself into a bad ending. There's nothing you can do to get out of that.
Oh, boo!
I'll leave it up to speculation. See if you guys can come up with a solution. What should I have done instead of that? Just in the room before I entered this room. It's not something after this. It's something I should have done right at the beginning of the game. I'll let you think on that for a while.
Beautiful.
But we found a knife in the wall, but the dead treasure hunter disappeared. Perhaps an omen? Also, This game controls bad. It is super, super bad.
Oh my god.
I had to practice a lot. Also, a spider.
Oh!
There's a couple of ways you can kill this spider. The first is with your fists. Surprisingly effective. He's very good at hand-to-hand combat, this guy. There is an alternate solution, though. Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, according to the Japanese wiki here, the controls are the worst. It was before analog sticks, so moving
This is
smoothly
all
difficult.
digital, all tank control.
Yeah.
Much worse than the original Resident Evil.
It's apparently very common and easy to slip off a cliff. It's actually easier to slip off a cliff than it is to be killed by an enemy, apparently.
Yeah, you have a lot of health. You're probably not going to be killed by the few enemies in this game. If you do die, it's usually instant death. So we're going to go through here. And we end up in the same area? That can't be right.
What the?
誰だどこにいる
Who are you? Where are you?
そばに私はこの洞窟の番人財宝を狙う者を待つ者私はこれからお前の命をいただくしかし命を体から取り出すのは簡単なことではない精神力が弱っていないと命を取り出すことはできないのだそこで私はこの洞窟を作った無限につながる洞窟をねどこまで行っても霧のない洞窟を歩いているうちに人は諦めの気持ちになり絶望した心には隙ができる私はその瞬間に命を体から切り離すのだ
どうやら貴様が魔物のようだな姿を見せてもらおうか
それはできない私の謎が解けない限りこの無限地獄からは脱出できないお前には無理だ
So a stern warning from the spirit of the cave. Not sure of the specifics, but it doesn't sound good.
So, if you don't mind, I'm going to mention something a bit quick about the voice acting. That main character, Mr. Arkwright and everything, that voice actor may sound familiar to you because that is a scream. That is actually Char from Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah, he's a central character in Gundam, this Char guy. He's been in all the series. He even had a movie about him.
Yeah.
And what we're discovering here is a time loop?
What?
さあ次の冒険が私を呼んでいる
And that's where my story ends. What do you think? Good game, huh?
I loved it. Greatest game I've ever seen.
So yeah, if you play this game blind, you'll probably get that ending and not know what the hell you did. And seemingly there's no recourse out of it. Like, no matter what you try, what you do, you're always going to see that ending. I'm not sure if this is one of the endings that gives you... Oh, it does give you credits. All right. Well, let's look over our adventures, shall we? We had some good times, some bad times. Remember when I had to chug that giant keg or whatever that was? I don't know. Remember this lady, our girlfriend, wishing us well? Oh, the other lady.
Oh, good, a human soul went into this.
Oh, man. Just for the sound?
So more about the credits. Despite, I'm going to read more from that wiki. Despite the terrible quality of the game itself, James is voiced by Ikeda Shuichi, Char Aznavour in Gundam. Karmis, or however that's pronounced, is voiced by Chiozawa Kaneto, who is also from Gundam, Rei in Hakuto no Ken as well. And the illustration is provided by Swemi Jun, who is a fantasy illustrator.
Yeah, so this game had an all-star cast, like the main central character from the first several Gundam series, and then a movie called Char's Counterattack. if you watch Gundam, you know who this guy is. And in fact, the main character's appearance is based on what Char looks like in Char's counterattack.
It says right here. Yeah, he has medium-length blonde hair. It's pushed back. It's meant to look like Char from his counterattack era. And the game is fully voice acted entirely, and not just that. A lot of the appeal from a lot of the Kusoge fans for the game is that Char just says the most ridiculous things apparently in the game.
this game, it has an extra layer of hilarity if you speak Japanese and you're familiar with Gundam. Like, because what the hell?
It's just ridiculous, yeah.
He says stupid stuff in this game too.
Most of the other characters are unknown actors giving kind of monotone line reads, and looking at the credits, they were probably students from the Yoyogi animation school.
So they blew their budget on the two voice actors and the illustrator, and then they had nothing left. As far as we can tell.
Yeah.
Also, this was the only game ever made by acti-art. Sorry, it's not anti-art, even though that's what it looks like.
It looks like oh, it is anti-art. Beautiful.
Alright, 2 endings down, 48 to go. Alright, I'm just going to show you a maximum of like 3 other endings, because
okay, good.
For one thing, these credits are not skippable. And while they take a long time, it takes much longer to get the PlayStation 1 to boot up this game again if I hit reset, so we're just going to sit through them every time. It's a great game. Good stuff. Very, very innovative. Now the game proper begins. Y'all ready for this?
No.
So right from the beginning, the game splits into 3 possible scenarios, each of which has a handful of endings. We'll go for the pirate captain first, I guess.
I love the pirate captain.
I actually wrote myself a walkthrough. It's not a very complicated walkthrough.
Don't die? I'd assume it's the only walkthrough.
That's on there, yeah. Okay, so you'll remember I asked before, what's your solution for getting out of that endless time loop? What if you had to guess, what would you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the rules, but if we're going by Groundhog Day rules, I would work on bettering myself.
I would throw a toaster in the bathtub. Neither of those are solutions in this case, though. I'm about to spoil it. You got a few more seconds to formulate some theories here.
Just fall into a pit?
Nope, that kills you. Also, falling into pits and getting killed by enemies do not count as unique endings. For the record.
Maybe you go really fast, and then you end up going backwards in time, right? Like Flash?
Close, but actually the exact opposite. At the beginning of the game, you do nothing. You have to just stand here. You stand, and you wait. If you don't do this, you're permanently screwed. You can't ever see anything else in the game. You have to wait. And wait. And suddenly, a lizard man appears.
Good.
Alright, just for fun, I'm gonna try and use my gun against this guy. This is not gonna go well. By the way, to fire or attack, you first have to hold circle to engage your fists or feet or weapon, and then you hit either, well, I'll see the button in a second. R1? It's either R1 or L2. Really easy to figure out. So it turns out the gun is actually pretty useful against lizard men. I did not expect that. Later on in the game, it becomes basically useless.
Yeah, punches and kicks, I'm going to read again from this thing, but punches and kicks seem to be the best weapon in the game.
Oh yeah, his kicks are ridiculous.
Hey, the dead pirate.
So here, we actually get in here on our own and are faced with a series of choices. I'm going to pick B here. So we take his notebook. We can optionally look through it. We don't really need to. We know what we're doing. Alright, so I just need to progress normally after this. Wait, I still have my gun. Menus are also super clumsy. for the record. Everything in this game is super clumsy.
It's a very clumsy.
You have to really hug the wall here so you don't fall off. And we're gonna meet our friend the spider again, but this time I'm gonna show him my kung fu. My British gentleman kicks, as the Japanese community calls it.
Yes, actually, let me get that here.
The Japanese fans of this game are very fond of the way this guy fights. Here it is.
In fact,
Kick.
it's like, he's so strong that deep fans lovingly refer to the British gentleman punch kick. You know, between this and, remember those Famicom Sherlock Holmes games where he was just punching and kicking and everything?
Yeah,
that's... Like, maybe they all practice that kind of fighting
If you're a
skill.
detective or an explorer, you just have excellent martial arts skills.
You just gotta punch things, you know? That gentleman British punch, I suppose.
So here we're doing the exact same thing we did last time, but since we killed the lizard man, we get taken to a different scenario. For no real reason. This is the exact same pathway we took last time. So the game's choice-driven, but very stupidly so. Like, it affects things that make no sense whatsoever, as we'll see in the scenes ahead. Other thing about the load times, they make getting all these endings super obnoxious. Like, you have to sit through minutes of load times just so you can make a wrong choice and get a 2-second ending just to fill out your endings chart. On the other, I kind of like that idea, like a game with multiple endings and it charts them so you can see everything, but it's handled so badly. So we've discovered a derelict pirate ship. Whoa, okay, alright, well, that almost ended our run right there. We're good, though. And after playing this game for hours, I still can't get over his run. It's so distinctive.
It's delightful.
So what I'm gonna do here is make a save. You'll see why in a second. So let's head in here.
Oh. Cool.
We have some options here. Hey, it's Captain Gold, or where is the Eleanor, which is a kind of arc or a box or something. Our third option is blah. Technically, it's Deta, which is like an exclamation of surprise.
Same, though.
Here, we're gonna act like an asshole. We're gonna presume that we know this guy and act like he's our best friend.
Pie ass.
Pie ass. This game's got everything. He knocks us down. He's sick of our shit. But I have a plan. What the hell? I could never get this option to show up before. There's a lot of unstated ways to get new options to show up, and this one... Oh, okay, well, it's tempting to follow through on this, but I'm gonna go with my original plan. I'm gonna play dead. It's here where you have an option to either pick up the saber and fight him, or no, still play dead. We're gonna pick still play dead, because what could go wrong? Didn't work out so well.
Oh.
Yeah. The brave explorer played dead, and then continued to play dead, even when it was obviously a bad idea.
He shifted positions to keep playing dead.
By the way, this is not the only part in the game where you can choose to play dead and have it just completely blow up in your face.
Rip.
There's multiple sections where you can do that. Now, if you're wondering how to deal with this pirate captain, you'll remember our options were, hey Captain Gold, or where is the box, or gah! The correct choice is actually gah! This makes him respect us? So our choices here are something like, why are you doing this, or something else. This one is, help me.
助けてください。
ここの番人になるというのなら助けてやる。
And here we can say, something. I'm sorry. I'm not that great at
それも
Japanese.
言うと思っているのか。死に損ないが。
If you don't know Japanese, this is all trial and error, by the way. Oh yeah, we're a real badass in this scenario. We take on this dude with our fists and feet. So his feet have like a 180-degree radius around the front of him, basically.
Yeah,
and it
he
extends
can-
out several feet in front of where his feet actually are.
Yeah, the hitbox for his feet is huge.
So none of the
and
enemies can even get close enough to attack you. You're basically
it's
invincible.
Much more effective than a gun.
So we killed this dude. We're taking his Arc of Eleanor. Or whatever it is. And we're getting out of here. So this game advertises itself as you can have a complete adventure in 5 minutes or less. So we're very close to the end of this little scenario, actually. The interesting thing is, it's much longer than 5 minutes because of the load times. This would be a very quick playthrough, but these constant loads just make it way, way longer than they intended.
Yeah, actually, according to the info I got here, one play equals 5-minute light adventure. Every time you play is a different story. Was the sales pitch, but the story is so ridiculously high paced. It's ridiculous. You know, it's.
Wow, you can attack with both your feet and both your fists using the
That's
shoulder
weird.
buttons. Anyway, next event is up here.
Oh.
You can be like, hey, what's all this then?
君はなぜこんなところにいるんだい。
And she's like, help me. Man, I didn't get this screen before either. This is a fucked up playthrough. This one, I think it says, wait and look. You know what? I'm gonna wait. Oh my god!
he just
What the hell? I've never seen that before!
he just slapped her belly and she disintegrated into the earth.
Usually you don't even get a prompt. He automatically steps in and kicks the lizard man. This is new. So the story's about to conclude, but the main character is dead? Well, I don't know how this is gonna shake out, but let's see.
出口だ。
Usually, you'd guide her up here and she'd find an exit and you would surface topside with the lady. Well, now that she's dead, I guess I can reveal that depending on how many choices you make, or which choices you make, she can either be a damsel in distress who you need to trade the Ark for to save, or she can side with the bad guys. She will take the Ark from you.
待っていたぞ。
We're not gonna see either of those, and I don't know how else the story can end.
さあ、秘宝を渡してもらおうか。
Okay, well... This is all new territory for me, so I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed.
お、何のことだ。
I'm playing dumb. Treasure? What's that?
白を切ろうとしても無駄だ。エレノアを手に入れているだろう。
Pull out the Eleanor box, or play dumb again, I think.
そんなものはない。
I don't know, dude.
そうか。ならばお前に用はない。死ね。
That
Wrong
didn't
choice,
end well.
buddy.
So that's unfortunate. I wanted to show the ending where the lady turns traitor on you and picks up the box. And what you can do after that point is you can convince the bad guy to open the Ark. And as you've seen in Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's not good. What happens is that they start brushing in front of their faces like they got bugs in them, and then they walk away. Like, no face melting occurs. No one dies. They just open the box, and then they act disappointed and walk away. And that's the end.